Alright guys, Gilbert with the Moji Lock and Key. So the older H72 Fords are kind of a pain in the ass to fucking pick. So I couldn't pick the door, I couldn't pick the ignition. If you were gonna pick the ignition, they got ears, so your leashy will not pick. Sometimes you can rake it with a pick, like just a hook pick and stuff, but that didn't happen on this one. I couldn't get anything to bind. So that cap just comes off, and then you're able to put your leashy in there and see it and pick it, and you can see all your numbers. But I didn't get any binding, so I couldn't pick it. Okay, and then there's you pull the door panel off. Okay, so there's a screw here, there's a screw right here, and then the whole door panel comes straight up. You take a little cover off right here, you take off your wire fucking crap, you know what I mean? Okay, there's a trim panel up there. You crack the trim panel off. When you start pulling doors apart, you'll get it pretty quickly, you know what I mean? Sometimes you have to look stuff up just because yeah, you know what I mean? I didn't know this one pulled straight up. I was looking for something to pry. But when you don't have a socket to get the 10 out, okay, so I got that one out pretty easy. It's pretty easy to get to. That other one back there, where is it? That other one back there is really hard to get to. So I have a long 10 and a really the smallest ratchet that you got. I got extensions, but I can't get to it. You can't get to it straight. I even took the rod out to try to get to it, but I still couldn't get it. So that just kind of snaps back in there. Push it in there and snap it in. But there's a clip back here, okay, a little U clip right there, and it comes in from the left. So if you can't get the door panel out, you can't get the clip back in. So what I do is I take gauge wire, and I make a long U, and then I clamp my vice grips on it, and then I twist, and I'll put it in the same spot, and I'll twist, and then it'll become tight, and then I can just release my vice grips, and it'll be good. So this customer actually doesn't have a paw on the back of their lock, so it doesn't work anyway. But I had to take the door lock out to get the cuts. Door lock is 1 through 6. The tailgate is, I want to say, something to the 10. So if you get the tailgate to turn, you're probably going to get the ignition to turn, unless it's been replaced. So I still got this done in one key. H72. We'll see how much trouble my unsubscribed Auto Pro Pad wants to give me. You buy the Rolls Royce, the subscription doesn't cost as much, but you have to have the subscription to do anything. There's the key. The last two cuts were actually, I believe, 2-2. So yeah, so I'll put it all back together and program it and see what happens.